Hi VTube, it is Musical Aviator, Helicopter, and Sydney Airport. Today we're going to be flying the update 0.85 of the hyper performance H135 helicopter. It's not the aircraft you see in front of us, although that is indeed an EC-135. We'll be flying the one in the distance there with the pilot. You may have noticed there's a few extra trees sitting on taxiways here in Sydney. Don't know how that happened. Don't know how to make it go away. I've managed to delete Sydney Airport twice, reload it once, and here it is. So, investigations required. What we are going to do, however, is get ourselves ready to perform this flight. We will need to log in, of course, to Vatsim. We are Zulu Golf Hotel, and we are an EC, is it 35? Yes, it is. Quite a few updates to the helicopter have happened. We've got a 3-axis autopilot which can do a auto hover. It's quite fun. And a few extra buttons and stuff that are in the correct places. Helicopter's flying a little bit better than it was last time we flew. Was that 2 weeks ago? And we got to get the aircraft out and have a little play with some of its features, including its auto hover. Intention is to come out of Sydney Airport, fly the what they call it, the Barracks 5 departure, which will put us over those golf courses along this road here to the SCG. We'll pop out into the harbour, do an orbit, at least one orbit of the harbour, and then we'll sit at the Opera House to transition into the Romeo 405 Alpha, cross past Glazel Bridge into Roseville or Rosehill Racecourse. Might do a landing there, see how we go. Once we come out of Rosehill, we'll fly over Sydney Bankstown, possibly do a landing there. Then we'll pop over Picnic Point and then into this CLL 1500. Somewhere over Bundeena we'll come to a stop, hover, test out the hover on the autopilot, and then jump into the Gibbon Point to track via Wanda Beach and in via the Wanda Beach 5, which is pretty much along the coastline here of Botany Bay, to the little star there. We stop there until we get clearance across the runway, and then we'll hover taxi over to where we are right now. Indeed, Tour Inspector, I hope you like lockdowns, because there might be one coming soon. Anyhow, looking at what we're doing, Barracks 5 outbound is Southern Cross Drive, Dowling Street to Moore Park Supercentre at 1,000 feet, then via the Barracks and Rushcutters Bay. Frequency change at Moore Park Supercentre, and then control service terminated at Moore Park if we're at 1,000 feet. We'll probably fly the 1,000 feet inside the Romeo 405 Bravo. We'll contact, I'm guessing it'll be Sydney Approach, to get transition through the Romeo 405 Alpha, depending on how their runways are configured. If it's 16s, we'll need a clearance through there. If it's 35s, we can probably just travel along at 500 feet. But we might as well let them know that we're coming either way. ATC might get a bit scared of seeing a helicopter at 500. Anyway, pop down there. We need to obviously contact centre or approach before we pass out of what they call Choppers South along the Georges River, Picnic Point, Sutherland, and then pass back outside of that control airspace. We'll probably sit around 1,000 feet, somewhere between Engadine and Bundeena. Make a little hover demonstration at 1,000, and then continue on Gibbon Point and back in. Need to talk to ATC via Wanda, and the Wanda 5 inbound, which is Wanda Beach, direct to Tower Point, Doles Point, which I know where that is because I lived near there for 25 years. Then via the western shore of Botany Bay to the Brighton Novotel. Hello there to Auto Man Dan and JB Aviation as well. Let's jump in. So the doors you can open one at a time now, which is pretty cool. You've also got this little flip out thing, which is essentially a copy of these screens. Just makes it easy to see what from that type of view. And I have to look down there. Stick moves, cyclic moves. And the torque rudder pedals move as well. Over on the overhead, most of these switches, unless they're marked in-op, actually do the thing that they're marked as now. So battery, we have a EPU, which is the kind of a ground power unit thing. Pitot, heat, fuel pumps, and all the lights along on the top there. Down here is nothing at the moment. So that would normally be like navigation controls and the that kind of thing. Autopilot. Instead, the autopilot is a screen, and we'll probably throw it into this screen here. Yeah, H135 in 2 weeks has gone leaps and bounds. One thing we do need to do is throw in a flight plan. We are going to be a VFR aircraft, Sydney to Sydney. Alternate is Bankstown. Don't need all that crap in there. Going to pop that in here. I'm afraid there isn't a toilet, so it is in help. Okay, we've got en route of about 1 hour. Fuel on board should be enough for about 1 hour 45. We're doing about 110 knots-ish. Initial climb will be 1,000 feet. We're going to be sitting around 1,000 feet for most of the flight. Sydney Barracks 5 to the SCG, Harbour Bridge, Glaysville Bridge, Parramatta, Choppers North, Bankstown. That was Picnic Point, Sutherland, Gibbon, and Wanda 5. VFR, Sydney, Sydney, all of that looks to be good. We'll send that along. Let's go to the GPU, or EPU as we'll call it. Ah, no EPU here. Okay then. Fine. We'll start an engine then. Don't know why we don't have an EPU, but anyway. A couple of beeps as the aircraft sorts itself out. You can hear the EFB. We're going to connect it to what I'm seeing online, which is my VTC. 2 dings, and we'll start up an engine. Going to pop that flight plan in. Sydney to Sydney. Chuck in the en route waypoints, which are SCG. And HBB. GVB. PRT. Have to use the down arrow to get there. CNTH. Don't know if this one will come up. It did. Cool. Correct. Banks down. You might chuck in the entire airport. PNP. SUD. Now, I should be able to see Sutherland myself. I used to catch trains to Sutherland every other day. It's not in the waypoint, so I'll just, that's fine, visual that one. And Gibbon. And I don't think there's anything else after Gibbon Point. Other than Sydney. That's cool. Yep, that's our flight plan. Start the other engine and then we'll have a chat to see this little screen here. That's not really a screen, but you know, it'll show things, little pointers if you do something silly like trying to press the engine button with a mouse button. It's the mouse scroll wheel will pick that up there. So that's the autopilot. Put 1,000 feet in there. One 205 and 1244. GTC is the auto hover, but obviously it can't do that while you're on the ground, since you can't hover on the ground. Let's have a chat to tower. Or ground even.
A12 Heavy, ready for push.
And today 12 Heavy, full flow chart, oh sorry, correction, push approved.
Push approved, aim for 812.
City ground, Zulu Golf Hotel is a helicopter on the helipads. They'll be departing via Barracks 5 departure, SCG, and then Sydney Harbour.
Zulu Golf Hotel, roger, you're clear to the SCG, the planned route. Sorry, disregard that. Full code 0301.
Full code 0301, Zulu Golf Hotel.
Zulu Golf Hotel, are you intending to take off from the helipad? Or do you request a runway?
I will take the helipad, that's fine, so I'll go for top.
Roger, yep, go over to your discretion.
Cover that, over the tail, 120.5.
Sydney Grand Canadian P210 on Golf, taxi to Bay International 35.
We are cleared to taxi over the helipads.
210, taxi to Bay, beautiful, stay up. Right,
Charlie,
flag, and 210, sorry, disregard that last message for the answer.
We seem to have a Airbus sitting inside of us.
Sorry, say again for Philippine 210.
Philippine 210, you can taxi the bay of your choice. Just caution a Ansett 767 that's just taxiing out of International 3 on your right.
Have the traffic inside cheers for that Philippine 210. Round 1 2125, ready.
2125, taxi Charlie, clock 25, Triple Lima holding point, 34 left.
So I'll hover taxi out of this Airbus, make our way to the actual helipad.
2125, will you require full length for takeoff?
Hey, then.
2125.
On to 05 and we'll contact out. City Tower, Zulu Golf Hotel helicopter is on helipad 1, ready for departure via the Barracks 5.
Zulu Golf Hotel, I just want to confirm, are you travelling north or south first?
South to Sydney Harbour. Sorry, north to Sydney Harbour.
I was just about to say, I was panicking there, I'm like, what?
That'd be a bit hard.
Give me a heart attack there, mate. Let's see. You're cleared takeoff.
Good for takeoff, Barracks 1, Zulu Golf Hotel.
Romeo Sierra Lima, turn left on Bravo, contact ground 126.45.
Other JB Aviation, I've put all the links for everything I'm using in the description. Just click on read more.
Delta Romeo Whiskey, traffic on the ground on runway, just taking off right now. Continue approach runway 34 left. Platinum 1084, runway 34 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 34 left, carry on.
Straight over these golf links, make sure we're on the east side of this road, and we just pretty much fly along the road.
And Zulu Golf Hotel, contact approach 124.4.
124.4, Zulu Golf Hotel. City approach, Zulu Golf Hotel is 500 climbing 1000 by the Barracks 5 departure, City Hammer.
Zulu Golf Hotel, Sydney approach, g'day, identified before Moore Park City Centre.
Moore Park, Zulu Golf Hotel. That's the super center there, that big rectangular building. That's SCG over there.
Departures, good day, Platinum County 4 Heavy Whiskey passing 155 on a bulldog 2.
Platinum 1084 Melbourne Centre, good day, identified climb by the 6 pilot 280.
Up 280, 74.
Got the Zulu Golf Hotel at Moore Park Super Centre.
The Golf Hotel, sorry, just checking your flight plan again. Are you looking to descend OCTA for Harbour Bridge?
FM, Zulu Golf Hotel.
To the Golf Hotel, maintain 10,000, report Harbour Bridge.
Maintain 10,000, report Harbour Bridge, Zulu Golf Hotel. Good indeed, or just go down there and play some cricket or some footy. There's the football, there's the cricket, there's the door that we left open.
Sydney approach leaving just 534 in Bangor.
Just star 524, Sydney approach, g'day, descend by the start 8000, Sydney information echo, QNH10.
Rose Bay with all of this yacht stuff over there.
Station way 24 left and descend to 8000, just 534.
Sydney City. Go for a house up there. There's the eastern suburbs. That's Bondi Junction. It's all the large buildings. Gonna stay above the white line. Where's Gladys? I'm sure she's willing to pay a few $1,000s for a helicopter ride. Or is that the other one? Is the dry dock for the Navy. Woomaloo. Wrong Park.
Item 1084 cancelled, dead, turn left heading at 240 and report passing 100,000.
We'll just go to the outside of Fort Dawson.
240, report passing 10,000.
Maintaining 1,000 feet. Yep, Rose Bay was indeed the seaplane base. That's correct.
New Zealand 109, Sydney approach, g'day, descend by the start 8000, Sydney QNH 1015, runway 34 left.
3-4s for today. We'll stay at 1,000 feet and do one more lap. There's the Botanical Gardens and Government House over there. So if you're asking where Gladys is, she's probably in there somewhere.
With you at a 2,200.
City Conservatorium and Music with the funky little grey roof.
Approach today, identified climb by the Fit Pilot 280.
Other Nathan.
By the Fit 280, Qantas 475. Flight 1084, thanks for that. Resume navigation direct as well.
Resume navigation.
Opera House and Circular Quay. That's where the ferries are all going in and out.
Is it heavy tonight?
It's all good.
There's the Navy
City approach today, flight up.
with a Navy destroyer sitting in there.
1,500 to 9,000.
Flight up 267, Sydney approach, g'day, descend by the start 8,000, Sydney information Foxtrot, now current QNH 1015, runway 34 right, expect ILS approach.
Down to 8,000, information Foxtrot, QNH is 1015, 34 right, fire left, flight up 267.
Jetstar 524, descend by the start 6,000.
Fly star 6000, just the 524.
Gotten to stick my pitot heat on. Just noticed all the yellow lights down there. So pitot heat is on now. that was embarrassing. Just to pop over Rose Bay. Turn back in.
Sydney approach today, just at 500, flight level 180 on descent, 10,000.
Jetstar 500, Sydney approach, g'day, descend, correction, Tampa heading at 020, vectors separation.
It's good to see
020,
the
just at 500.
synthetic vision working.
Runway 34 left, expect ILS approach.
Just at 500.
Sydney approach, good evening, exit 812 heavy out of 2,900 on Climber 5.
Exit 812, Melbourne Creek, Sydney approach, g'day, identified, climb by the SID 1 at 0,000.
By the SID 1 0,000, exit 812.
Approach to the Gulf Hotel, helicopter is 1,000 feet approaching Sydney Harbour Bridge to enter Romeo 2 405 to westbound.
Look out Hotel, apologies, just confirming you're departing controlled airspace on descent 500.
Running controlled airspace to descending 500 to Gulf Hotel.
Look out Hotel, thanks, control identification services terminated, walk 1200, frequency change approved, full system.
1200, frequency change approved, Gulf Hotel.
Jetstar 524, descend by the star 3000.
Fly star 3000, just the 524.
1200 set, there's the Opera House.
Jetstar 500, thanks for that, resume navigation direct cannon.
Straight at the
Direct cannon, get to
piers,
500.
south side. Need about 500 over the piers. Done.
New Zealand 109, turn left heading to 20. Platinum 1084, contact Melbourne Central 125, decimal 0.
Over to December 1084.
Flight up 267, descend by the star 6000.
Oh, star 67, flight up 57.
Flight up 267, apologies, descend amended 7000.
7,000, flight up 57.
New Zealand 109, descend 5000.
Exit 812, maintaining 10,000.
Exit 812, thanks, climb flight level 280 by the SID.
280 by SID, exit 812 heavy.
Flight up 267, you can expect vectors from KSAT.
Vectors from KSAT, flight up 267.
Jetstar 500, descend via the star 8000.
Descend by the star 8,000, just at 500.
Qantas 475, contact Melbourne Centre 125, Destin 0, good night.
Over to Centre 1250, Qantas 475, night.
Jetstar 524 from Nasho, turn left heading 070.
So Cockatoo Island, just over here somewhere. Hi there, Penguin, how you doing?
Approach 2125, running through 2005. 2125, Sydney approach, g'day, identified, climb by that's flight level 280. Climb by this flight level 280, 2125. New Zealand, business card.
So Cockatoo Island has this old dry dock here and a little convict precinct where they do a bunch of historical reenactments and things like that. Pretty fun little island. A little over this side we have Drummoyne.
Jetstar 500 to send by the start 6000.
And we'll be passing over the Lotual Bridge in just a few minutes.
Handset 812, contact Melbourne Centre 125, Destin 0, good night.
Over to Centre 1250, answer 812 heavy, see ya.
See ya.
Yeah, sit back quickly down to 500. That's Blaisville Bridge right there.
New Zealand 109, descend 4000.
Parramatta River gets a little bit twisty at times.
Jetstar 524, 2.5 miles west, localizer, turn left heading 355. Cleared eye left runway 34 left approach before establish.
Left 355, reverse dominant, Jetstar 534.
I feel like Ryde Bridges are missing. I feel like Ryde Bridge should be right there.
New Zealand 109 to 3000.
Next one will be Silverwater Bridge.
New Zealand 109, turn right heading 50.
There's someone that randomly left a comment talking about the M4 bridge, which is, of course, a bridge that doesn't exist. Well, the M4
New Zealand 109,
doesn't actually go over
turn
this river.
right heading 260.
And it'll be called James Roos Drive, not the M4. M4 goes out in Maze Hill, Wentworthville and that kind of stuff. Penguin is on holiday, that's supposed to be.
Send by the star 3000. You said well, star 3000, just star 500. Flight off 267, 10 star, turn right heading 100.
It's Roger 100, flight off 267.
Flight off 267, well, this is right heading 100. Correct service.
100, flight off 267.
Approach today, Military 4 with you, plan for 5000.
Off the 804 Melbourne descent, correction, Sydney approach, g'day, climb flight level 280, verify level.
Passing 4600 and climb flight level 280, velocity 801.
Off the 804, thanks, identified.
Just F574 fully established.
New Zealand 109, apologies, turn right heading at 350, going to put you through the local artillery intercept, cleared ILS runway 16, correction 34 right approach. New Zealand 109, right heading 005. New Zealand 109. I've got you assigned 34 left, and I think.
Oh no, that's not the point here.
You had 34 left. Either way, runway 34 left, cleared ILS approach before traffic.
So that was right bridge. Okay, cool.
Just F574 established.
It's up by 24. Sorry about that. Contact Sydney Tower 10.5.
Target A, just F574.
Right on 267, turn right heading 130, descent 4,000.
There's the railway.
30 and 4,000, flight off 267.
Passing along Blacksand Riverside Park.
Jetstar 500 from Nasho, turn left heading 070.
From NATO left 070 to Jetstar 500.
Contact Centre 125, yes, 0, good night.
Contact Centre 125, decimal 0, 2125, thanks for your good night.
I'm being too hard on the sim and thinking I'm going quicker than I am.
136, Sydney approach, g'day.
Anyway, that was right bridge. Next one up is Silverwater.
H1015, Sydney information.
After that was Andrew
Runway
Australia.
34 right, expect ILS approach.
This is 6000 5-star information for chart from runway 34 right. Expect ILS.
New Zealand 109, contact Sydney Tower 10.529.
City departures, good evening to lane 210.
Silverwater.
3000 for 5000.
Descent 210, Sydney approach identified, climb by the flight level 280.
Bear descent 280, Philippine 210.
Flight up 267, turn right heading 155.
Right to 155, flight up 267.
Flight up 267, descent 4, crest 3000.
Down to 3,000, flight off about 267.
Sydney approach, Papa Delta Charlie 172 is with you, just past Sadlow, routing to Pori.
Papa Delta Charlie 172, Sydney approach, g'day, descent by the
We can start our climb about now, up to maximum altitude of 2,000. So we can do 1,000 feet.
Expect ILS approach.
Papa Delta Charlie 172, clear to 9000, 1015, and expect ILS runway 34 right.
There's James Roos Drive, I know that one pretty well. Driven on that road far too many times.
That 335, the ILS 34 left will go just 500.
Just up 5, excuse me, just up 500, continue on that turn heading up to 305 to re-intercept.
305, just to 500.
Just a zoom climb out of 500 up to 1,000. Go around the back end of Parramatta at 1,000 feet. And from there we'll be able to see Roseville Racecourse. 1,000.
Flight up 267, turn right heading 270.
Right to 270, flight up 267.
That's the M4 motorway there. Distinctively not going over the road.
Center 125, Destin 0, good night.
Center 125, Destin 0, good night.
There's 1,000, don't let it go harder than that. I reckon that's banks down right in front of us.
Right off 267, turn right heading 305.
Roger 305, right up 267.
What if 136, descend by the star 6000. Yeah, Echo Tango, descend by the star 6000. By the star 6000. Papa Delta Charlie, descend by the star.
Oh yeah, I'm doing it just off the broadcast on another screen over here.
Clear to 8000, Papa Delta Charlie 172.
That's fair.
Just the 500 established.
Yeah, star 500, contact Sydney Tower, 120.5, good night.
120.5, good night, just the 500.
Stand our place. Now the cool thing about this aircraft is it does get caught in its own rotor wash, so if you're descending like I am, almost still like I am, you will find it hard to climb. Best way out of that situation is just to roll forward, get some forward speed, and that'll get you out of that. You don't want to be powering out of that because you just won't have the power.
Flight up 267, you're a mile and a half east of the localizer, maintain heading 305, cleared ILS, runway 34 right, approach report established.
Cleared ILS for 34 right. Flight up 267.
Yeah, we'll go just slightly west of south. Get where we're ready to go.
101 to level 115, becoming 100. Vector will be appreciated.
101 Sydney approach, g'day, set by the star 9000, Sydney QNH 1015, runway 34 left, expect ILS approach.
9000, Phoenix 1015 and expecting ILS 34 left.
Sure, all the people in the houses below us are loving a helicopter flying overhead. During COVID, I used to get the police helicopter flying overhead almost every single day for a year. At like 11 PM at night.
190.
Heading 190.
136, descend 4000.
You would often do circles. I believe that there is Bankstown, right
yeah,
here.
Tango cancel start, turn right heading 120, descend 3000.
Turn right heading 120 and down to clear up.
Those are the lakes. Bankstown on 1236.
Correct, turn right heading 110.
110, 0 to
Flight up 267, established.
Nope, 132.
Contact Sydney Tower, 120.5, good night.
120.5, thank you very much. Flight 267.
Papa Delta Charlie 170. 10,000.
Traffic Bankstown, Zulu Golf Hotel is a helicopter 1,000 feet, choppers west, setting 800 forward circuit. These things there are the, what do you call them, Chipping Northern Lakes. that's Bankstown in there. Bankstown traffic, Zulu Golf Hotel is overhead choppers west. 800 feet inbound. Spotted. Welcome to Bankstown. So let's have a look at what we want to do once we get out of Bankstown here.
One is 137, turn right heading 090, climb flight level 280.
190.
So the Bankstown picnic point.
We'll do it
that way.
172, descend by the star.
So I might as well ask for our clearance from
Stand by the star
Right,
to
check.
4000 Papa Delta Charlie 172.
Qantas 101, descend 3000.
3000.
137, thanks. Human navigation direct to call East Land route.
Direct call is moving under call 137.
Yeah, Echo Tango, contact Sydney Tower, 120.5, good night.
120.5, Sierra Tango.
Could go around the long way, but that's a bit annoying. There's a few restricted bits of airspace down there. We've got the Holmesworthy as an army associated airfield there, and a little bit further south we have a Lucas Heights so-called nuclear reactor. So yeah, we'll go around that. We'll track from Bankstown down to Picnic Point, then across to Sutherland, so that's pretty much a straight line, straight to Chopper South, Picnic Point, Sutherland, and then we'll pop southbound into the Bundina airspace there. City approach to the Gulf Hotel on the ground at Bankstown, requesting clearance to become airborne, tracking southbound via Picnic Point, Sutherland, and then back OCTM.
Zulu Go Pal, correction, Zulu Golf Hotel, Sydney approach, standby. Qantas 137, contact Melbourne Centre 133, there from 0, good night.
130, good night.
Qantas 101, slow 180 knots.
Slow 180,
101, you're 3 miles west of Follow Plaza, turn left heading at 005, cleared ILS runway 34, left approach before established.
left 005, ILS 37 left, report established on
Zulu Go Hotel, Sydney approach, sorry, go ahead, your intention.
So Gulf Hotel, becoming airborne from Bankstown, 1,000 feet southbound via Picnic Point, Sutherland.
Zulu Go Hotel, you're cleared to enter controlled airspace, not above 10,000, tracking Picnic Point, Sutherland, 0301.
Sort code 0301, not above 1,000 feet, Picnic Point, Sutherland. It's all Gulf Hotel.
Papa Delta Charlie, descend 3,000.
1,000 feet.
Descend 3000 Papa Delta Charlie 172.
Is set. Let's go. Now, Picnic Point is ever so slightly to the east of south, so we need to swing around in that direction somewhere.
Papa Delta Charlie, turn right heading at 250.
Right, 250 Papa Delta Charlie 172.
Qantas 2, Sydney approach, climb flight level 280, track direct EVO.
Several we are now making having 4 and 100. So that's 3,000
That's 136, turn left heading at 180, maintain 3,000.
Heading 180 over 3,000.
Full established 34 left, Qantas 101.
Qantas 101, contact Sydney Tower 120.5.
That's Picnic Point there.
120.5.
2, climb flight level 280, track direct EVO.
1 Kilo 2, climb flight level 280.
Do the go from tail identified, verify level.
There's 1,000.
Upper Delta Charlie 172, turn right, heading 305.
Right, 305, Papa Delta Charlie 172.
There's the Georges River, looking for the Woronora, which I think is this river here.
Station Sydney Information Golf, now current changes wind 030 degrees 6 knots, Sydney Information Golf.
It's got to be that one. Which would make this Sutherland?
Sydney approach identified.
Nope, that's Alfred's Point right there. Alfred's Point Bridge. So that's for Woronora. This is like Menai, Bangor, that kind of stuff. I used to go to school at Bangor, high school, in the 90s. In fact, that's probably my school right here. That's a very distinctive curve to it. If you know what that school is, say hi.
Zulu go to correct, Zulu Golf Hotel, African call time, Sydney approach.
So we'll go for Hotel.
Zulu Golf Hotel. What's your intentions from Sydney Point? Are you proceeding OCTA southbound for more, head back to Sydney?
Yeah, I'll probably do a little bit of southbound. We'll give you a call, Gibbon Point, heading towards Wanda for a pickup.
Zulu Golf Hotel makes report disregard.
Jimmy. So this is
136.10, left heading 155.
yeah, we're on our massive bridge down there. Sutherland just on the north side of the bridge there. I went to school before the big top bridge was ever built, so our school buses used to go down like really difficult hairpin turns into the bottom bridge before making our way back up this road here on the way up. Current school kids have it easy on this big massive 4-lane bridge. Anyway, we're at Sutherland now. We'll maintain below 1,000 feet, tracking southbound. You're almost directly south now. We've got the railway and the Princess Highway, both parallel to each other, heading down south. That's the Port Hacking River over there. Woronora at the bottom and Woronora Heights on the top. There is no road between the two. To get from there to down the hill, you'd have to drive all the way along the Princess Highway, all the way behind us through Sutherland, and then down that massive twisty road to the bottom bridge without crossing the bridge, and then you can come up there.
Qantas 2, contact
It's an enormous 30-minute drive. About half an hour. Anyway, we'll keep on heading on down south.
34 right.
Papa Delta Charlie 172, contact Sydney Tower 120.5 tonight.
120.5, Papa Delta Charlie 172, thanks very much, bye.
And the reason we keep on heading south is because we're getting close to Engadine, which is this next large town down here. Those of you who may or may not be into Australian politics, I will just say this. Engadine Macca's 1997. The Engadine Macca's a hilarious bunch. That's McDonald's at Engadine. And they've even got a placard outside Engadine Macca's commemorating the event.
136, turn left heading 070, vectors runway 34 left.
So Engadine Macca's is just as the railway splits off from the highway. Would be that building right there. Just about. In fact, I think it is that building right there. One with the car park. There it is, Engadine Macca's. The Prime Minister of Australia was there in 1997. Now with that bit of fun out of the way, let's head on outwards to the coastline.
Sydney approach, good evening, Lima Tango Alpha, passing 2000.
Lima Tango Alpha, Sydney approach, g'day, identified climb other Vpilot 280.
Canberra, 280, Lima Tango Alpha.
If you're looking for the executable file, you have to open up EFB Connect, and it's literally EFB Connect. I think it's a .bat file, not an exe. Batch. So for those of you watching along, Engadine Macca's 1997. Just do a Google search, it'll tell you all you need to know. Macca's spelt M-A-C-C-A-S. And we saw it.
Good evening, 158 descending
It's in the simulator.
Information call from board,
Car park and all. Love it.
Runway rate 55, Sydney approach, descent by the start 80,000. Information Golf, now current QNH 1015, runway 34 left, expect ILS approach.
We have Golf, QNH 1015 down to 8,000, River 34, ILS approach runway 34 left, runway 855.
We're coming in over the national park here. Bundina's out on the headland.
136, I'm showing you established green right, just double check.
This is the Hacking River. This one is southwest Armour Creek. So, Hacking River off to our north, southwest Armour Creek just below us. First bit of other A36 running. When they gave us a helicopter for free in the simulator, and it was a pretty good one too. Look at it, it's got an autopilot, it's got EFB over here, complete GPS system which is, you know, able to track whole waypoints and stuff, and an autopilot which we'll be playing with soon. Why not? You get a bit closer to the scenery, you can slow down and have a look. We're coming up to a place called Mine Bar right now, which is this like sandbar. That's Mine Bar right there. And then past Mine Bar is Bundina. Now,
We had a start at 6,000.
anybody who's flown out of Sydney before will recognise Dina as the Dina, whatever number it is today, departure. It's named after Bundina. Anyhow, we're going to do the whole police helicopter thing, come up to about 1,300 and slow ourselves down into the hover. We're going to use our auto hover. This will hover a little bit closer to Bundina itself, so if we did need to emergency land, we don't end up in the middle of the trees. Or at least if we do end up in the middle of the trees, we're close enough to a road that we can get rescued pretty easy. This location's about right on
Sydney
there.
approach, good evening, Qantas 23, passing flight level 217.
Qantas 23, Sydney approach, g'day, descend by the start 9,000, Sydney to an H135, runway 34 right, you'd expect ILS approach.
Descend by the start of 9,000, QNH 1015, expect ILS, runway 34 right, Qantas 23.
Golf Romeo 516, stop climb, flight level 15.
No hands.
Stop climb 150.
Auto hover. So you kind of have to place the aircraft into the hover yourself, and once it's there you can take your hands off and hit the button. The button is this big one here, GTC.H, or ground TC hover. And you can see the little green circle, which shows that we are pretty much in the hover, slightly moving backwards and off to the right, ever so slightly, at a walking pace, roughly. Slightly increasing in altitude. I don't want to be increasing in that much because we've only got 500 feet clearance at this point. But I'm quite comfortable to go into an external view. And as you can see, we're pretty much stopped in the air. Just like the police helicopter does, just outside my house, once every night during the COVID lockdowns.
Golf Romeo 516, thanks for that, climb flight level 30.
Okay, flight level 280, do you want us to stay on their 130 heading?
Yes, please.
Then go into the back seats.
516, no worries.
Sydney approach, Qantas 581 with you, 1,500, climbing to 5,000.
581, Sydney approach, identified climb by the SID flight level 30.
Climb by the SID, flight level 280, Qantas 581.
Yep, we can do a wonderful autopilot hover in the sim. Really useful tool. What can I say? The helicopter is just amazing. Like literally 2 weeks ago, the aircraft wouldn't do this. And a couple of updates. I think over the last week they've updated it 3 times in 2 weeks, maybe 4 times in 2 weeks. Coming along in leaps and bounds.
Run Air 96, run Air 855.
And it's the perfect simulator to do
You got to
this.
slow it down to 3,000. You don't need to
So up here with Mine Bar and the sandbar over there. Cronulla over here. Here's a hilarious thing from work. This place is on the same internet and telephone exchange as this place. There's an undersea cable between these two locations here that pushes the telephone cables through there. So unfortunately, sometimes when you get a fault that starts somewhere in this town, it's actually because of a problem in Cronulla. And to get the technician to go from here, find out that the problem is at the exchange, then he has to say, well, I wasted my time driving out to Bundeena. Now I have to go out past Dingadane, out past Sutherland, down Miranda, out to Cronulla. It's 45 to an hour trip. That's happened so many times, it's just annoying. It's like, you're going to go to Bundeena to do a...
MS Angular Alpha, contact Melbourne Centre 125.0, good night.
Okay, so I've been sitting in one place for quite a while, hands-free. I think we'll just go down slightly south.
10,000, Sydney information,
probably to, I think we'll go as far south as, not Wollongong, because that's ages away. I'm thinking down to Stanwell Park. There's a place down at Stanwell Park where they jump off the cliff with winged contraptions on their back. Seacliff Bridge wouldn't be too bad. Let's go down to Seacliff Bridge and back up. This will be interesting. I'm going to turn off autopilot, which is going to make, you know, a lot of oscillation.
Let's do it. 6,000 minus 23.
And 855 just to confirm left heading 260 left.
Same sound that the Airbus makes. Blop, 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 beep, beep, beep.
That was odd. Okay, left heading 060, you don't have 855.
40 knots.
And shall we reduce the speed?
50 knots. We're in the same speed now.
Free speed, you don't have 855, thanks.
You got about, call it 17 miles to run.
Yeah, that will be great, thanks. You don't have 855.
Sydney approach, Qantas 517, climbing 5,000, passing 4,500.
Qantas 517, Sydney approach, g'day, climb flight level 280, you're identified. Just confirm, are you tracking direct ANCAS?
Bunch of beaches down here?
Just intercepting that track now.
Qantas 517, thanks.
Which beaches are we passing? Thinking that's Marley Beach.
Running 855, 2.5 miles west, localizer turn left heading at 005, cleared ILS from...
And Watamolla Beach, just to the south.
Left heading 005, cleared out of Perth runway 34, left heading on 855.
Stop down there 516, contact Melbourne Centre 125, desk 0, good night.
Cheers mate, going to Centre 125, desk 0, thanks for the HSC again.
I had a friend that was very interested in Watamolla Beach. The fact that that friend was a female made me interested in Watamolla Beach. Let's put it out there. Anyhow, there is Watamolla Beach.
Transair 69, descend by the start 9,000. Just by the start 9,000, Transair.
Some of these beaches with a lagoon behind it.
You don't know 855, establish localizer runway 34 left.
Transair 855, contact Sydney Town 120.5 tonight.
120.5, you don't know 855, good night.
Oh, creek really.
And Sydney approach, Frex 2388 with you, passing flight level 120 on descend 9,000.
Frex 2388, Sydney approach. Yeah, sorry, just confirm you with Golf.
Affirm, we've got Golf.
Frex 2388, thanks, runway 34 right, expect ILS approach.
34 right, expecting the ILS, Rex 2388.
Departure, just let 97 with you,
Yes, 897 Sydney approach, g'day, identified, climb by the SID flight level 280.
Climb by the SID 280, just let 897.
Transair 69 at descent by the start 8000.
Coming up on a, is it Gary Beach? J-R-I-E, Gary.
8000. Transair 69, Sydney approach.
Sydney approach, just at 8000. Sorry, this is the wrong run. That'll do it.
Coming up towards Stanwell Tops, which is this kind of bunch of cliffs and high terrain just off to our right here.
EFB Transair 169 Sydney approach, g'day, descent by the start 9000, runway 34 left, expect ILS approach.
Oh, start 9000, runway 34.
That's your road going up to the top of that hill.
Jetstar 897, cancel SID, turn left heading 160.
Left to 160, just over.
Gary Beach.
581, contact.
With a big parking area right there.
Contact centre 125.0, corner 581.
Approach Transair 69, just verifying the transition level.
Transair 69, I'll have to look at the IRP, I can't remember whether it's QNH was high or low, whether it changed, sorry.
Not a worry, we'll have a look at that.
Yeah, thanks, probably in 1.5 somewhere.
Little campground there at North Era Campground.
10 by the start, 7000.
10 by the start at 7000.
And Era Beach, the south one.
2388, 10 by the start, 8000.
I'll start in 8000, Rex 2388.
Qantas 23, descend by the start 3000.
3000, Qantas 23.
Transair 69, descend by the start 6000.
I'll start at 6000, Transair 69.
Jetstar 897, resume and navigation direct to Wollongong.
Navigation direct to Wollongong, just that minute.
Coming down towards Seacliff Ridge. There's still a fair way in the future there. There, if I was to hazard a guess. Might not go down that far. Getting a bit boring. Let's effect the U-turn.
Transair 169, descend by the start 8000.
Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's descend, put the autopilot on, hit the alt, and I'm thinking heading straight ahead. Bit more power on.
517, contact number centre 125-0, good.
Over to centre 1250, corner 578, g'day.
So we're using the autopilot again. This time we're using heading mode and holding altitude at 1,000 feet. Essentially use your collective up and down A little bit like speed. Basically, as you reduce the collective, the aircraft will start to sink, and then to avoid sinking, it'll pitch up slightly, which slows you down and gains your altitude.
Okay, via the Star 29, Transit 744, sorry about that.
In the other direction, if you add the collective, the aircraft will rise on its own, then it'll pitch forward to maintain the altitude, which will increase its speed. So in a roundabout way, the collective is controlling the speed while we're in this mode. Altitude hold, heading hold.
Down to 7,000, Rex 2388.
All stations, City Information Hotel is now current changes wind at 030 degrees, 5 knots, City Information Hotel.
030 at 5 knots. So slightly from the north. To land on the helipad, it's probably best to go past the helipad and around and back to point towards the north. Actually, we're heading 030 now, aren't we? That's straight in.
Transit 69, descend by the Star 4000.
Descend by the Star 4000, Transit.
It's best to land facing the wind. Until we're hover taxiing, in that case it's face the taxiways, which as a reminder have trees on them for some reason today. Okay, we're coming inbound via Gibbon Point, or call them at Gibbon Point. And we'll be tracking towards Wanda Beach, the Wanda 5.
Qantas 23, descend 2000.
Slow down the touch here.
Descending to 2000, Qantas 23.
So Gibbon Point is essentially where Bundina is. And then we track along Cronulla, straight overhead, Wanda Beach, and then tracking straight at Dawes Point and along the coastline. And we stop at the Novotel.
Transair 69, descend by the Star 3000 from Nasho, turn left heading 070.
Down to 3000, Nasho left heading 070.
120.5.
Contact Melbourne Central 125.0.
125.0.
Carol, all set up.
Departure, good day, flight up to 67, climbing through 805,000.
Flight up to 67,
So using the autopilot to adjust our direction straight over Gibbon Point. And in a few moments we'll disconnect the autopilot and fly on in. Maybe Marley Beach again. Little Marley Beach just behind it.
Turn left heading 280, verify.
I'm saying Gibbon Lagoon.
That's a 280 and yes, Charlie and 4234.
Transit 69, slow 200 knots.
200 knots, Transit 69.
Qantas 23 is 2.5 miles east of the localizer, turn right heading 3.
My aircraft.
Cleared ILS runway 34 right, approach report established.
Turn 305 for ILS 34 right, report will establish Qantas 23.
Flight up 267, banks identified, climb 5000.
Under 5,000, flight up 268.
Transit 169, descend by the Star 4000.
He's busy.
Transit 744, descend by the Star 8000.
Star 28, Transair 744.
Rex 2388, turn right heading 080.
Right 080, Rex 2388.
City Approach Zulu Golf Hotel is a given point inbound with information hotel for the Wanda 5 arrival.
Zulu Golf Hotel. Zulu Golf Hotel. I can't speak tonight, who'd have thought. You cleared visual approach via the Wanda 5 inbound. Clearance limit is right in Nova.
Good approach via the Wanda 5 inbound and limit Nova Hotel is Zulu Golf Hotel.
City Approach, good evening, Transair 340, 110, sign 10,000 hotel and request to stop engine available.
Transair 69er, you are 2.5 miles correction, 2.7 miles west of localizer, turn left heading 005, maintain 3000.
Now just to be aware, we have ILS 34 left going straight down beside us. They're flying over that bit of land right there into the runway, which you can see the flashing light on. So the idea is we continue straight ahead over this little wetland area and then head to Dole's Point, which is that little point of land right here. Then we'll continue up that point of land to about here, which is Novotel.
Transair 69, slow 180 knots.
At which point we may well need to go into hover until possibly other aircraft on 3-4 left ILS have landed and rolled through or taken off or whatever, and then they'll transition us across.
Right off to 67, climb flight of 0.
220, flight of 267.
Transair 340, Sydney approach, descend below the start 9,000, speak to an H135, runway 34 left, expect ILS approach.
Outside start 10153.
Okay, it's 500 feet inside the bay. So I'll do 1,000 feet until we cross Cronulla, and then we'll start our descent over the wetlands at 500 feet.
Transair 340, stand by on the sausage. Transair 169, turn left heading 070, descent 3000.
So this big thing here is called Tower Point. Literally Weenie Bay, right there. Weenie Bay. They're talking about sausages. I think sausage is named after Weenie Bay, but anyway.
So for the other guy on by the start of 4,000, second to last thing, Transair 744.
I wanted to speak to the other guy, descend by the start 4,000, that was it.
Okay, by the start of 4, Transair 744.
Flight up to 67, zoom and navigation direct quarter.
That over there is the Georges River with Rocky Point Road going over Captain's Cook Bridge, Captain Cook's Bridge. We're just flying over the top of Green Hills Beach right now.
144, descending, fly, turning 10 snap.
A lot of new housing development down there.
7 Sydney approach, g'day, descend by the start 9,000, information hotel, QNH1015, runway 34 left, expect ILS approach.
Okay, down we go.
ILS, runway 34
500.
left, then QNH1015, descend by start 9,000, Transair 1, 69, 3 miles west of localizer.
This is all bird habitat, there's no like, there's no even road that goes into this part.
City approach to star 527, sorry for late contact. We are at 5,000 feet, airway out of Sydney.
Rex 2388, turn right heading 130.
Right 130, Rex 2388.
Transair 340, tractor X sausage, slow 210 knots.
Track direct to sausage and what? You want me down at 10 knots?
Yeah, slow to 2210 knots.
Okay, I'll reduce speed to 210 knots. That might work better.
Jetstar 527, Sydney approach.
I can do 10 knots.
80. You're on runway heading for a reason.
Sydney approach, A firm, we got
so this is Dole's Point here. Wonderful little restaurant used to be in there.
7 turn left heading to correction 190.
To be honest, my favourite restaurant in this area
Left
is
190,
in
and
San
what was the
Susi.
RT you want to climb to, sorry?
Pilot 280.
Climb 280 and 190 left, Jetstar 527, thank you.
We've got Hotel, contact Sydney Tower 120.5.
120.5, so I'll go for Tom.
Rex 2388.
Sydney Tower Zulu Golf Hotel is on the 1 to 5 arrival. We'll report reaching Novotel.
Zulu Golf Hotel. Just a bit concerned about separation, so okay.
We'll come to hover at the Novotel once again.
Yeah, if you continue straight ahead, I can separate you for a clear landing.
Cover that. Zulu Golf Hotel, straight ahead. This along here is the Grand Parade. Wonderful little beach road.
Sydney Tower, Qantas 23 is clear of the runway.
Well, there's not much surf along here because we are inside the bay.
Qantas 23, turn left.
Over there is
onto
Colonel
Lima,
where the big
hold
ships
short at Charlie.
dock.
Turn left onto Lima, hold short at Charlie, Qantas 23.
The river up ahead is Cook's River. It's the river that Captain Cook thought that Sydney might go around. Ended up not being that, but there you go.
Transair 169.
This is an Novotel right here.
Continue approach. Qantas 23, please hold short at Sierra.
Holding short at Sierra, Qantas 23.
An aircraft has just landed.
Good evening, Juliet Mike. Tango, ready on Bravo 10.
Juliet Mike Tango, you're number 3 for departures. Hold short at Bravo 10.
This here is the old Sydney Tower.
Hold short, Juliet Mike.
Zulu Golf Hotel, you've got a clear landing for the helipads.
Cleared to land by the helipads, Zulu Golf Tower.
Qantas 101, runway 34 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 34 left, 111.
Straight over long-term parking.
Transair 69. Huh? Okay, hold short there, please.
Yeah, look.
And we'll slow down quite heavily.
Yeah, I don't think, but
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, I'm just noticing what ground it is doing, so hold short there, please.
okay, what frequency is ground on? They have set a primary frequency. This is amateur out here.
Yeah, frequency is 126.5.
Okay, we'll try it again.
They are amateurs, they're not paid, mate.
Yeah, there's some bushes in my
contact
runways.
for
I'm going to have to fix that. I think I have to reinstall the whole scenery again.
Transair 169, runway 34 left, clear to land.
34 left, clear to land, Transair 169.
Came to a stop. And we'll taxi on off.
Tower, good evening, Transair 744.
Transair 744, runway 34, continue approach.
Transair 744.
Couple of random trees in the middle of the taxiways here.
Qantas 23, hold short at Charlie, please.
Hold short at Charlie, Qantas 23.
And the Tower Trans Air 744, were we able to follow through to taxiway Golf?
Negative, it has to be in Alpha, Bravo 6.
Okay, Bravo 6, Trans Air 744.
And we're grounded.
Any target A, Trans Air 34.
Coming out of flights. And we'll shut it down. Open up the door. Want to come on up here, turn off some of this stuff. And there we are. Another happy little helicopter day. Hope you enjoyed that little flight around the south side of the city this time. Last time we went up like the northwest, which had been flooding in a couple of weeks before that flight. Very wonderful weather today in Sydney. No rain at all in the last couple of weeks. And a nice little visit of the south side of Sydney, including some parts of the city that I grew up in. So it was nice to see some parts. The old high school, the old beach, the old Macca's at Engadine. And looks like I've got some work cut out for me reinstalling this scenery, so I guess I better get cracking and get that sorted. Anyhow, next weekend, Saturday, is Cross the Pond. We'll be flying a 10-hour flight in an aircraft which I have a poll currently running. I think the Airbus A330 was winning at the moment, but if you want to go over there, it's in the community channel tabs of my thing. It looks like 747 has recently overtaken. Anyhow, it looks like this currently, next Saturday, 24th of April, is Cross the Pond, flying from Frankfurt to Denver. Before we started this flight, Airbus was winning, but now we've got the 747 winning, 53 to 47. So whatever that is on Saturday morning, my time, that's what we'll be taking across the pond. That's obviously a very big flight to manage. Probably won't be doing any flights before then. Anyhow, once I do arrive across the pond, we'll know what I'm flying. Till then, I have been Musical Aviator. Bye for now.